Okay, guys, Ethan uploaded the video on his Ethan Klein channel. Not sure why he didn't talk about it on his actual podcast, although maybe he did. But he posted this yesterday, and it's called BBTV, which I don't even know what that is. We're going to educate ourselves in the middle of the stream. Stole $620,000 from me. Wow, what is this? Some kind of provides end-to-end solutions for creators of all sizes to grow their audience. Interesting. What the hell does that mean? Okay. Well, let's see what we got here.
All right. Well,
oh, it says in his opinion, by the way. So
I never thought I'd be the last idiot to get ripped off by an MCN, but here I am.
What is MCN?
You know, I've always been so skeptical of MCNs, and a lot of people don't even know what those are.
Yeah, what is an MCN?
Anymore.
Like
they're called multi-channel networks.
Oh.
Back in the day, they were kind of more like management companies. They could.
Yeah, my understanding is that aren't those the things that basically like when YouTube didn't have ads on it, they would provide you with money, right? Isn't that how that works? Oh, I'm gonna lose this. I'm believing that's what it is. Or I believe so.
They could even get you like guaranteed ad revenue deals. A lot of them were involved in facilitating shows and big sponsorships. So back in the day, they were a big deal and they were kind of important to have. But as time went on and there was more scandals with MCNs, the way it works is that when you sign up with the MCN, YouTube sends all of your ad revenue, everything you make via YouTube, to them. Oh, and then they send it to you. Now, back in the day, they would take a cut. Let's say they would take 10%. And so they would take the whole payment and then they would pay you 90%. Now,
that sounds like a terrible deal. Why? And I'm assuming it's part of the contract, but why not just like say, hey, we'll pay you 10% instead of having it go through them? Interesting.
Let's see. I joined them in 2017. And the deal we had with them is we would get 100% of everything. Basically, if they brought us like a sponsorship, like let's say.
So then what value are they getting?
Nike was like, hey, I want to put an ad. I want Ethan to read an ad in his video. So if they brought us that, then they would get a cut of that. But everything we made through YouTube, 100% of YouTube revenue came to us. The reason that this was convenient for me is because when we first made our AdSense account, we were in Israel. Now, there's a rule about AdSense accounts. You can only have one at a time. And because it was in Israel, they don't let you change your country. So this whole time, my whole career, I've been using the same AdSense account that's associated with living in Israel. And the only way that I could...
You can't just change your... You can't just like change that? Why wouldn't you be able to talk to YouTube and be like, oh, we moved to America, we're going to change that?
Actually get paid is if I connected to a network and YouTube sent the money to them and then they sent us the money. That was the only way.
That sounds untrue. I mean, like I said, he would know better than me, obviously, but that just sounds not true to me. Am I weird for thinking that? Because that sounds weird. Why wouldn't they let you change the country that you're in? Is that really something that they don't let you do? That's fucking bizarre.
Just to be clear here, because the AdSense account was made in Israel, we could only pay it to an Israeli bank account, which we don't even have anymore because we live in the United States. So the only way to get that money paid to our American bank accounts was to send it to the MCN first, which is crazy, right? And I've been exploring how to disconnect from them on my own. And the part that I was really afraid of was essentially that
that's
it
weird.
can take a while to get a new AdSense account approved and to get it all connected and running, like up to 2.
You can change. Somebody said, I don't know if this is true, but somebody said you can change it. They just didn't want to lose AdSense while they switched it over. Oh, okay. If that's true, interesting.
2 weeks, maybe more, right? So that would be 2 weeks of our channel, of our membership.
Is Israel a special case? Oh, okay. It would take 2 weeks.
No revenue. Everything's turned off. So for me, I was like, I don't want to go through that. I guess what happened recently.
So it seems like specifically you can change it, but you'll lose 2 weeks of revenue. I could see how that'd be a problem. And you'd be like, well, fuck it. I get it now. That makes a little more sense. Damn, YouTube kind of sucks, though. They couldn't help somebody? That's a little rough. I guess I'm staying in America, guys.
Is that I got my payment stub from them like usual, which shows basically how much they paid us.
Okay.
And when I went into YouTube analytics, I noticed it was like significantly off. And I was like, this is strange. And I asked our accountant or our head of finance for our businesses to go look back and see if there's discrepancies. And as far as we could tell, they had skimmed $620,000 at least, right? That's just from what we can tell from specifically the membership money.
Oh, Oh, okay. I could be wrong, but okay. All right. I think I hear what's happening here. Now I could be completely wrong, but what it sounds like to me is that they had a deal from a long time ago before memberships, right? I don't know when they exactly added memberships. We should look that up really quick. When did they add YouTube memberships? 2018. Okay. And he said he made this deal in 2017. So what it sounds like happened to me is that they had made a contract that says they keep 100% of YouTube ad revenue, right? And then when they made memberships, they decided to take some of that membership money because technically they'd be able to take it. Now I understand. That's what it sounds like to me. That's what it sounds like to me. And they got hit a little bit that. So that's what I would assume that they're going to do is like, well, we said we wouldn't take YouTube ad revenue, but memberships aren't ad revenue, so we're taking a percentage of that. Okay.
Oh, and that especially ticks me off because this is like, these is people coming to us to show us their direct support. Like that was the whole point of this program. And what happened was we started really investing in the members program recently in the past year or two, like heavily, to the point where it's one of our main sources of income now in terms of what happens on the podcast. People have been so gracious, so supportive, so amazing. And part of what really pissed
So what you're saying, Ethan, is that you put a lot of work into your memberships and then people subscribe to your memberships. You didn't tell people that you'll put more work into it if they subscribe first. Interesting. You know, Boogie, that's... Sorry, I've never heard that. I've never heard of that before. But, you know, Boogie, if you're listening, have you ever thought about maybe... I'm sorry. This is old news. I'm being a little rude.
pisses me off is that they went after that money. Now, you might be... Now, listen, I'm an idiot for letting this go on for so long, right?
Yeah.
Part of what happened was we had our old accountant lady who was with us for a few years. Before she started, I used to every month go over the receipt, check it against YouTube, and make sure it was 100% correct. Now, it had never been wrong.
Okay.
In all my years of being on YouTube. And when she started, I outsourced it to her because it was tedious. It was taking a lot of my time. I mean, this is part of what growing a business is outsourcing this kind of tedious tasks like that. And so I outsourced it to her to check that out. And well, she left about 3 months ago. We got a new person, and it turns out that she wasn't checking it at all, in fact. So this was the first time that I really noticed it. I thought that she was doing it, which is why it went on for so long. Now, what's really interesting about this is when I first...
Damn, I feel bad for that, bro. We've all had our rough tax agents before. I'll tell you that. I'm there too, brother. I'm there too, brother.
Noticed this had been happening. $620,000. I was like, man, maybe there's just a mistake, right? Maybe they don't know. Because in our terms, let me tell you, it was very clear that this was a 100% to us. Now, I want to show you, first of all, this is the contract we signed back in, 2017, I'm pretty sure. And YouTube, the membership program didn't even exist at this time.
Yeah.
Okay. So if we go to, and this is the important parts, Google net revenue, of which we got 100%. Okay. It says BB.
Okay. You earn 100% of Google net revenue received from BBTV from your videos on your YouTube channels. Yeah, that's what so what I said I think is correct. Okay, so if I was gonna lawyer this up, BBTV will pay you an amount equal to 100% of Google net revenue received by BBTV from your videos on your YouTube channels. This is obviously open to interpretation, and you could probably sue for this, but the way that they decided to interpret it is memberships don't come from your videos, technically. It just comes from people subscribing. Now, obviously, you have to you were not going to subscribe unless you watch their videos or something. But so their thing is like, well, that's a video. Memberships aren't a video, especially if you look at somebody's specific tab, and then all of a sudden we got like a whole fucking mess. Okay, you look here, and it's like we have a home page, and you got videos, shorts, and live. These are all different things, and then now things start to get a little crazy. That's exactly how they would have decided to interpret it. He should have caught that sooner. I wonder what percentage they took.
BBTV will pay you an amount equal to 100% of Google net revenue received by BBTV from your videos or on your YouTube channels.
Oh, on your... No, it's not or. It doesn't say or. He injected the word or. So
by BBTV from your videos or on your YouTube channels.
It doesn't say the word or. It says net revenue received by BBTV from your videos on your YouTube channels, not or your YouTube channels.
Okay. So it says BBTV will pay you an amount equal to 100% of Google net revenue. Memberships is paid to me from Google.
I know, but like again, if you read it, this is open to interpretation. This is what lawyers are here for. It says from YouTube, from your YouTube videos on your YouTube channels. It doesn't say you get 100% of Google net revenue. It says you get 100% of Google net revenue received by BBTV from your YouTube videos, specifically videos on your YouTube channels. So we're gonna give you 100% of every video you make on your YouTube channel from videos specifically. So, that's how they got them.
100% of Google net revenue. Memberships is paid to me from Google, from YouTube.
Yeah, he got
the same bucket as we get from the ads, as we get from YouTube Premium. It's all coming from Google, so that's 100%.
Right, but those aren't considered.
Now, when
videos,
I talk to them, they pointed out this, and I'll get to all this stuff. But you guys are gonna love this. They go, okay, well, they says there's a clause if you go to other payments. Now these guys had the fucking audacity to come to me and say, well, if you look at this section, your revenue, and you look here, it says 70% of other net revenues.
Okay, I got to read. I was going to see if he was going to read it. In addition to the amount set by the cover sheet and subject to BBTV obtaining your prior written approval to use your content in a manner described below, BBTV will also pay you, in accordance with the terms of this agreement, an amount equal to the following. In the event that you provide your prior written approval to BBTV to use your videos on a BBT channel, 75% of Google net revenue received by BBTV from such videos distributed on such BBTV channel. Okay, so I'm assuming that means that he'll get a percentage if they put it on the specific BBTV's channel. 75% of other platform ad revenue received from BBTV. Okay. From your videos on related to other platforms, and 70% of other net revenue, or as the parties may agree upon in writing on a case-by-case basis. Yeah, do they get 70% or does he get 70%? Either way, yeah, they got him with the contract. It sounds like they didn't steal the money from him at all. But he got, I feel like it's still kind of like a ripoff. It's one of those things where you got to be careful with contracts and lawyers and shit. Like the second they did YouTube memberships, he should have been like, okay, we got to get a lawyer and we got to renegotiate this contract. I guess he's wishing that he took that 2 week of less revenue now, huh? Yeah, that makes sense. Unfortunate.
Revenue. And you look here, it says 70% of other net revenues. And they're like, well, memberships is other net revenue.
That's true.
And therefore, we are entitled to keep the $620,000 that we've essentially, I want to say, stole. That's my opinion.
Yeah,
obviously,
I feel that, but
decide, obviously, we're suing them. Now, they must think I'm a fucking idiot, right? Because they continue. They says, or as the parties may agree upon in writing on a case-by-case basis. Now, what's interesting about this? There was no writing.
Well, there's no conversation about it because there was no conversation about it because you guys didn't like you said, you started in 2017 and then they didn't implement the YouTube ad revenue till 2018. So he gets 70, they get 30. Okay, but still, my point stands. Damn, over 5 years. So this is 30%. How much money did he make then? Like, holy fuck, like $1 million plus? Damn, good for you.
There was no case
that 5% is pretty big.
Case basis. This was them silently.
Wait. Trisha, you got to sue Ethan because that means that this part of this money is yours too because you're supposed to get 50% of all that. And if they're taking it, then that means that they were actually supposed to give you more. Think about it this way. This is my understanding. Okay, Trisha, listen, this is like half of a joke, but like almost serious. But okay. They had a 50-50 split on ad revenue. Ethan would get 50, Trisha would get the other 50. That's my understanding. Specifically on ad revenue, or maybe it was 45, whatever. I don't know. I know that he made 5% more, but I think that she got a 50-50 split on memberships. Either way, we're gonna keep it simple for me. Okay. Now, if they're taking 30%, that means that only 70%. If BBTV, okay, is taking 30%, that's the way I understand it. That means the only thing that's left is 70%, which means that Ethan and Trisha are actually only getting 35%, and BBTV is getting 30%. right? That means Trisha is entitled to another 15%. Okay? Realistically, this split should have looked Ethan 20%. Okay? 50 for Trisha and 30 for BBTV. Okay? Okay, I get it. She had 45%. He had 55%. You understand my point, okay? I kept it easy because math is not my strong suit anymore. I'm old. 33. Ethan owes Trisha money, bro. Okay? I don't know if any of this is true. But isn't it funny to think? Okay, isn't it funny to think, Trisha, I will become your lawyer. I am 25% Jewish. I'm sorry. That is my father's part Jewish. Ethnically, sorry. Yeah, this sucks for Ethan, but like I can see what happened.
He's saying, oh, there's this huge new revenue stream coming in. Let's fucking steal it secretly, silently, and hope they don't notice. So this is what they're saying. They're saying, yes, it's other revenue, but it doesn't even count as other. I mean, they define Google net revenue here in the contract. Google net revenue.
No, but they said Google net revenue that comes from your YouTube videos on your YouTube page. They didn't. You're missing most of it. You're missing most of what they said. Like the contract said is Google net revenue from your videos. Their argument here, and they could be wrong. If you win, good for you. Is that this is not revenue from a video? This is revenue from the channel. Okay.
For any period means revenue earned and actually received by BBTV in such period from Google Ads and Google subscriptions with respect to your content on.
Where does it say Google subscriptions though? They didn't say that you'd make money from your Google subscriptions. If that was in there, you wouldn't have that problem. But there was no description.
This huge new.
Why are you bringing up subscription revenue? It is irrelevant to the original bit. 100%. Yeah, like I said here, BBTV will pay you an amount equal to 100% of Google net revenue received by BBTV, right? So you get the revenue, goes to BBTV. That's specifically from YouTube videos on your YouTube channels. So it's only referencing YouTube video revenue. So the subscription, this is irrelevant that this exists here. What you're doing, none of this really makes sense what you're saying right now.
YouTube. Then they even define Google subscriptions.
It doesn't matter if you could count memberships under YouTube subscriptions or under Google subscriptions because there's nothing in there for Google subscriptions in his contract. So it is just that. He just showed us that.
Which is exactly what membership is. It says Google subscription.
It doesn't matter.
Is a subscription-based service on YouTube offered or facilitated by Google, whereby end users may access your videos, the timing selection of which is at the end user's discretion, and for which the end user is charged a predetermined periodic fee to access such content as often as the end user selects. So on both of these clauses, they're dead wrong. I mean, it's like obscenely, unethically.
It doesn't seem like it.
Ridiculous for them to have the balls, the audacity to get on the phone with
sucks still
and try to justify it. Here, let me run you through this whole thing. So first of all, I noticed this 3 days ago, and I wrote them all an email. I said, "Dear BBTV officers, I hope this email finds you well. I am writing to you today to address a pressing matter that
did he add that to the background? Okay.
Has come to my attention, which requires immediate action from your end. Upon reviewing our financial records, I have discovered a significant discrepancy in the sponsorship revenue that has been remitted to the H3 podcast. It appears that Broadband TV has been withholding 30% of the sponsorship money going back as far as December 2020, possibly even earlier. The total amount withheld from us, as our records allow us to track, is $619,000, $101.06. As you are well aware, our agreement with Broadband TV, which was established in 2017, clearly states that 100% of all revenue would go to the H3 podcast. The only exceptions.
If that's true, how come he didn't show that in the original thing? Because what he showed us is at 100% from videos. So
this would be
I love you, but I'm an attorney, and you're not right, bro. I mean, I imagine different attorneys would agree differently. I don't know what it is that I'm wrong about. First of all, you're a woman, which means that you can't be an attorney. I'm just kidding. But also, basically what we said, like, it makes sense why they would keep the money. I would still fight it, but
Broadband TV directly brought us a third-party sponsorship, in which case your company would receive a cut of that specific revenue. It has become apparent.
It doesn't matter how they define Google. You're going to make me fucking tear the remaining hair. It doesn't matter how they define Google ad revenue, because from what he showed us on the contract, I feel like you're fucking gaslighting me, is that they will pay 100% of the Google net revenue received by BBTV from your YouTube videos. It's so specific. You can listen, I hope Ethan wins, but fuck, it says from your videos. The way I'm interpreting this is 100% makes sense. They got him because they didn't add memberships until a year later. This specifically says that Google net revenue received by BBTV from your videos on your YouTube channels. You only get the move. They could go as far to fucking take his live stream shit if they really wanted to. He should look into that, because the way that they define different things are categorized differently. I'm just saying that the way that we're reading it, I could see where they're coming from. God bless Ethan. Hopefully he gets his money. But this is what I'm talking about. Okay, you're just like, I don't know. I guess if you're a lawyer, I'm better at semantics, I guess. Okay, I don't know. All right, I'm a lawyer too. I'm just kidding. But anyway, that's what I'm saying. I'm just reading what's in front of my face. Okay. No, they don't go on to include Google subscriptions in the definition. Holy fuck! I swear to God, you're triggering me. I think you're doing it on purpose. I think you're trying to trigger me on purpose. I think that you're actually trying to trigger me. They don't go on to say that. He goes on to define this of like what Google net revenue is. It doesn't matter what they define it as. Specifically, it's the net revenue exclusively from the videos. I don't know what to tell you. It's good that there's attorneys on Ethan's side, and I hope that Ethan wins. But again, the interpretation, and that's how contracts work, is they're open to a loose amount of interpretation. They're going to be able to get their shit. I understand that Ethan, like people who are fans of Ethan that are attorneys, are interpreting it one way. I'm just telling you from an unbiased perspective. I was like, that's how they're interpreting it. That's how they're going to interpret it. That makes sense to interpret it like that, but I hope Ethan gets his money. Saying that he's right and wrong is silly because it should go to litigation, and then the judge will determine who's right and wrong. Okay? I'm just letting you know. I know that you like Ethan a lot, but I'm just saying, based on this, that's why they're interpreting it like that. I don't really care. You could say I disagree. There's lawyers that disagree with you, but go to litigate. Let's see how it goes in the courts. I'm not going to go like, no, if he wins the money, I'm not going to go, no, Ethan shouldn't win. I'm going to go, okay, good. I hope he does, because he's getting fucked. But the problem is that they had a contract in 2017. 2018 rolled around. And then they decided to be like, hey, let's just take this money, because technically, by our interpretation, with our team of lawyers, I'm assuming that this BBTV has a whole team of lawyers, will be justified in taking this money because they didn't renegotiate the contract. And bada boom, here we are. That's where we're at. Okay, stop telling me that I am wrong, because you don't actually know dick worth of shit. I could be wrong. The interpretation makes sense. We'll see how it goes in court. But you're triggering me on such like a dumb thing. I don't even know why I'm engaging with this. I'm going to go fucking crazy. I go crazy over the dumbest shit. It just bothers me, especially when women correct me. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. Making jokes to calm down. But it's like you're gaslighting me. Like, I'm literally just reading in front of me. Like, no, you don't know how to read. I know what I'm reading is correct. I can see this. I can see how I'm reading this. Okay. All right. I'm just telling you. This is the contract that they have. Ethan even injects the word or into the contract as he's reading it. Okay? I'm just letting you know. Okay? Letting you know. I'm just letting you know. I didn't misunderstand it. You're wrong. I'm not being rude. I'm just telling you that you're wrong, and then you're constantly like, no, you're wrong. I'm sorry that you're getting offended by what I have to say. But I don't know what but like, I'm interpreting it normally, and this is how they're interpreting it. That's it. I'm sorry that you feel like I'm being rude. Okay? This is how this is the interpretation. Very basic interpretation. It makes sense. BBTV, this is the contract he showed us, will pay you an amount equal to 100% of Google net revenue received by BBTV from your videos on your YouTube channel. Okay? Ethan injected the word or in there magically, maybe intentionally or not. So if you're going to criticize anybody, criticize him for having this preconceived notion. Okay? In there. Now, if it goes to court, it's going to be a conversation. This is how courts work. They will have conversations about it, and they'll figure out what they feel is legally acceptable. Okay? But that's how it is. Then, this is 2017. In 2018, okay? In 2018, they implemented YouTube memberships. They never negotiated that contract. So that what happened is they're like, you know what, fuck it. Let's just take the money. That's it. Good. I hope I'm being kind of rude. I don't give a fuck. Okay? Don't say you're wrong. Say I disagree with you. But you guys come in here like, no, you're fucking wrong. Probably shut up. Just say like, I disagree, blah, blah, blah. And then I'll be like, hey, here you go. This is like the 4th time I've re-explained this. If I'm getting kind of rude, it's because you just keep saying that I'm wrong. I'm a lawyer. Oh, I'm a lawyer. I know. There's so many lawyers that are going to disagree with you. That's how lawyers are. Half the time, lawyers don't even fucking believe what they're saying. I'm just telling you. So stop saying you're wrong. Be like, no, I disagree with that interpretation. Okay? I don't care if I'm being a little rude. Because you guys are being a little rude too. Okay? I'm also going fucking goblin mode. So I'm sorry. I should calm down a little bit. Okay? I'm sorry I got triggered. Okay, but I'm not wrong. Doesn't mean that I'm right. This is open to interpretation. That's where it's at. And that's why lawyers exist. Okay? I am right. Why not rewatch where the misinterpretation? There's nothing. I have it, bro. You're gonna make. I'm gonna jump off a bridge. You can't be saying why not just rewatch where the misinterpretation is. I'm showing you on the TV where Ethan shows us the literal contract. What do I need to rewatch? It's on the screen. You're right. Maybe I misinterpreted it. Yeah. It doesn't matter how BBTV defines Google subscriptions. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? How they define Google subscriptions? Okay, let me read it. Google subscriptions means a subscription-based service. Is this how they define it? Why would this be in the contract? Hold on.
Coming in. Let's fucking steal it secretly, silently, and hope they don't notice. So this is what they're saying. They're saying, yes, it's other revenue, but it doesn't even count as other. I mean, they define Google net revenue here in the contract. Google net.
Why would that be in the contract if there was no Google subscriptions at the time? Where end users may access your videos with timing selection. YouTube Red. What does this have to do with anything? How does defining Google subscriptions matter at anything? How does this make any difference from the way that they describe this? I don't even know why. I'm getting sunlocked. We're going to move on.
That this understanding has not been respected, and I am deeply concerned about the implications of this breach in our agreement. I'm currently assuming that this discrepancy is the result of an honest mistake, and they will not need to escalate this situation any further. However, I must stress the urgency and gravity of this matter. It is of paramount importance that we resolve this issue quickly and amicably. I kindly request a detailed plan of action from you on how Broadband TV intends to rectify this situation, including the reimbursement of the entire amount withheld from us, $619,000, and any other discrepancies that may be discovered. I expect to receive this plan of action by end of the week. Friday, that was today. Failure to do so will leave me no choice but to consider alternative courses of action. I appreciate your prompt attention to this matter and have faith that we can reach an agreeable resolution. Now, I sent this to you 3 days ago. Attached every officer in that company, including the CEO, and they ghosted me. For 3 days, they ghosted me.
Okay.
No response. Last night, they said, okay, let's jump on a call on Friday to discuss. So after the podcast, I had this fantastic podcast with Terry Joe, and it was so good. It was so wholesome. It was great. I was feeling good. And then I called these guys.
Well, listen, okay? The best time to feel bad is when you're feeling good. Let's be real, okay? You know, I know how it works sometimes. You're like, I'm having a really good day and something bad happened. But imagine you're already having a bad day and then something bad happened. Maybe that's the way it should be, okay?
Work. And actually, I recorded the whole thing. They are in Canada, which is a one-party, consent territory. So I'm pretty sure I can release the whole phone call, which I plan on doing. We just need to make double check with our.
I mean, is California? They probably are. One party. California is an all-party consent state. It is legal to record a confidential conversation, including private conversations or telephone calls, without consent in California. I wonder how that would work legally. I would have talked to a lawyer first, but okay.
Our attorney that it's kosher to do that.
Do they say it is? Or?
But there are some great moments. Double check with our attorney that it's kosher to do that.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea, you know.
But there are some great moments here. So he gets on the phone.
I'm going to watch the update, yeah.
And he has the balls to be, we've worked together for a long time, and we really want to figure out a way to make this work. I said, cut the shit, dude. Just tell me, are you paying us back? He says, at this time, we believe that by what the contract says, we are justified in keeping this money, and we will not be paying you back. He goes, yeah, it's an other revenue. I says, okay, my dad just gave me $100. Do you want $30 of that? Me and Theodore were playing Monopoly. Do you want 30% of my Monopoly money?
I imagine it refers to YouTube stuff, but okay.
Like other revenue, what is that? I mean, other revenue. And I go.
Yeah, it sounds like other revenue is defined as anything but video revenue, right? That's what it seems to be. No?
Give me a break. I go back and look at the contract, and sure enough, they're full of shit, right? Full of shit, as I showed you guys. And then this was my favorite part. This is how he justifies it. He says to me, to my face, well, over the phone, he goes, okay, then let me ask you this. If you care that we've been taking this money from you, then why didn't you just leave? You know, when I joined BBTV, they were the biggest MCN at the time, and they were a big company. They were publicly traded, super reputable. So I never thought, like, these guys are going to be stealing money from me. And then coming on the phone and spitting in my face with that shit. Why didn't you leave earlier? I don't know, because we had a fucking business arrangement. I didn't expect you to just silently steal my money. So yeah, he tried to justify it. They says, no, we're keeping it. And so now, as you guys may have noticed, some of y'all may have noticed that our memberships program, a lot of you got emails saying the membership program is paused.
Damn.
And the reason for that is because now I need to make this horrible move that I've been putting off for so long, you know.
Damn, he paused the whole membership program? Jesus. Just to get that 30%? That's the kind of petty that I would engage in as well, honestly. I know it's his money, but you know what I mean? But damn. Because aren't you like losing money overall from that since you paused the membership program? But I would do that too, bro. Fuck that shit.
That I have to create a new AdSense account. And to do that, I have to erase my old AdSense account. By the way, I did this all with someone from YouTube.
Damn.
So this is, according to YouTube, the best way to do this.
So is this who owns this channel then? I wonder who owns this one. Damn, is he taking the loss on this beautiful video that got 400,000 views in a day? Shit.
So when I canceled my old AdSense account that was in Israel, so I could leave BBTV and get paid directly from YouTube, now the monetization on all of our channels, the podcast,
damn, this
the
is
Clips channel,
up.
even H3H3 Productions, everything is zero monetization. Everything is
Jesus,
off. Memberships
dude.
is paused. It's all
okay. Never mind. I'm an idiot. It's fucked out, dude.
And this is the best way to do it.
Okay.
With YouTube on the phone.
Would there not have been a way to like transfer the money to your wife, like have her make her own AdSense account and then like have her own it or something? I mean, I guess he would have. Okay, I guess he would have figured that out, but could you not do that?
And so I created a new AdSense account. I am waiting for it to get approved. They don't work on the weekend. You know, I just love that. YouTube doesn't work on the weekend. I go, yeah, that makes sense. People don't post videos on the weekend, so why would you need anybody there? CEO is...
No, yeah, it makes more sense to live a couple weeks of revenue than like 30%. Yeah, no, I thought that like he would have... I didn't realize he was going to make a new AdSense revenue account when he first said that. So that he doesn't need to use them. I forgot about that part.
So trashy, you know. She wouldn't even get on the call with me. She sent her little underling to call. It was like I don't know, the head of partner scams. I said, does the CEO know that this is the decision you're making? I just want to make crystal clear y'all know what you're doing. You're saying that this is your money, the $620,000, and you are not giving it back to us. And he goes, this was in consultation with her and everybody and lawyers and legal. And I says, okay, dude.
Well, if they're phasing out of existence because of I can't imagine who would use this network, at least on YouTube, then they probably just don't care about burning the bridge because there's not like they're not gonna make that much money over the course of however many years. So
I got pretty fiery on that call. I'm not gonna lie. I went kind of medieval.
Goblin
and
mode.
I'd love to play some of the moments there for you because they're just so obscene. But so people know that's why the membership's paused. I thank all of you so much for caring enough about us, you know, to be like, hey, my payment's paused. What's going on? You know, thank you for caring. I mean, that's ultimately the only reason that they are able to steal this money is because you guys are so generous and so supportive. And I love you guys so much. It's just been so freaking stressful dealing with this since I discovered it. And I'm like, please, God, just don't make me go down this route again. You know, please,
5%.
I don't want this. Just give me the money back.
Hey, you owe Trisha a lot of money, Ethan. You owe Trisha a lot of money, dude. You owe her so much money, bro. I hope that she sues you for that. Just kidding. But she might be able to say that she should get it, right? I don't know.
And you know, my fears were confirmed. They go, nah, it's ours. Sorry, sucker. You should have left earlier, idiot.
Damn, true.
Okay. So I've got everything. I sent already everything to the lawyer, and
they have like almost like a little bit of an argument there from the perspective of like you didn't notice this for like I don't know 7 years. Let's say 2018, yeah, 5 years, and so now it's like going back. Like I noticed I noticed in January where like apparently they double charged me at GameStop, and now I can't like fucking dispute it anymore because it's too long. So like that seems to be somewhat a normal thing of like, oh, why didn't you figure it out sooner kind of a deal. It's like my understanding is like if somebody hits your car or some shit, I don't know. I might be going off on a fucking tangent. Maybe I shouldn't listen to Judge Judy. But like if you get your car towed and it's somebody else's fault, like let's say they parked it there, you have to get the car out immediately. You can't just leave it in there for the 30 days and have them pay for the entire like 30 days. You have to take it out immediately and then sue them for that money. So I don't know. I guess it makes sense.
I'm pissed. I'm pissed at these scumbags. So
damn, dude.
Shady. Does Justin Trudeau know that she's a scumbag? She's giving me Jen Shaw vibes. Maybe they can share a cell. That would be great. They can talk shop. Maybe after this, she can get into the scamming old people with telephone marketing like Jen Shaw. That would be powerful. She'd be good at that. This woman looked me in the face and spit in my fucking face and said, no, that $620,000 is ours. And let me tell you what BBTV does for us. They do nothing. And they know they do nothing. He goes, we fulfilled our end of the bargain. Well, yeah, there's nothing for you to do. So,
well, you know, and
I'll be honest, it's to lose that much money, and then on top of it, to have all of our AdSense and membership turned off for I don't even know how long it's going to be. I mean, listen, we run a business. We got a mortgage on our office. We got 12 full-time employees. We have a shitload of bills. Like, this is a business we're running here. And she would crush it in elder abuse and scamming the elderly. She would be so good at that, man. Oh, hello. Yes, we're looking to sell you business classes. Okay. Be awesome at that. Maybe she could consider a new vertical in Medicaid fraud.
Yeah,
that's a huge business. Well, you're like, yeah, hello, government. Yeah, I got a pharmacy here. We're seeing all kinds of elderly people. Yeah, you can just send us billions. Why are you getting that, Sharzad? I mean, there's way more money in that than stealing my $620,000. That's a good idea for her. Crypto, you know, launch a NFT, girl. That's what everyone's doing. That's what all the shady pieces of shit are doing. Let's get you on the crypto. Life insurance fraud. Do you have a significant other? I mean, kill them. You know.
Okay. I know there's an update to this video. We're gonna finish it. Okay.
That pays out big. Life insurance.
I want to get to the other one.
Huge money in that. You know. There's so many better scams you can do. What can I do, huh? Anyways, I thank you guys so much for the support and love you guys so much.
I hope Ethan loses just in spite of the people in my chat who are disagreeing with me, so I can say fuck you.
We'll get this sorted out. And
fuck you.
You win some, you lose some. Ultimately, I'm winning all of them because I got you guys, man. I love you guys so much.
That's a beautiful thing, Ethan. I love that.
This community, you guys are the best, man.
I love that.
I don't deserve it, so thank you.
Beautiful stuff. I don't listen. Okay, I'm gonna move to the next video, but nothing in this video makes my interpretation incorrect. Okay, the best thing you could say is we'll see how the lawyers say it. But what I'm seeing here is the way that they say this is BBTV will pay you an amount equal to 100% of Google net revenue received by BBTV from specifically your videos. That's the way that they're interpreting it. That's it. Okay, he signed a contract in 2017. They introduced memberships in 2018, and then they just kind of operated from that point on. Hope they should have caught it a little sooner. Hey, life's not ideal, so I can see why they didn't. That's where we're coming from. Let's see the next one. Okay. You prayed to God and he said, I'm wrong. Fuck God. Just kidding. I love you, God. Let's see the update.
Okay, here I am back with part 2 with some updates.
Okay.
First of all, since I announced that BBTV has been skimming 30% of the memberships without
anyone, dude.
People started to look deeper at their analytics who had a similar deal as me. Their deal was 100% of YouTube revenue would go to them, and their contract existed before the membership program was rolled out. Here's one such email from Brody Fox. He says, we have the same contract, 100% YouTube revenue with BBTV from 2017. They've been taking 70% of our membership as well. Didn't notice till now since it's a small amount and we don't actively push it on our viewers, but I'd imagine other creators have been affected as well. Here's a comment from Reddit. I have the same agreement with BBTV, 100% YouTube revenue from 2017. Okay. Already reviewing everything on our backend. It wouldn't surprise me if more creators have this unknown issue and begin coming forward. Edit. Yep, they've been taking 30% of our memberships as well. But that's actually not the most concerning thing that I've seen, and this is the main reason that I'm making this video. Kavos tweeted out, I've been with BBTV for 5 years. Every month on the 15th of each month, I have been paid for 5 years. Today, everyone receives this email telling us one day before payday that the payout has been moved to next month. I feel like, in my opinion, I know what that means. In my opinion, that means nobody's getting money for anything ever again from them. You know, they're kicking it down.
You think they're using a cut and run? I mean, maybe. I wonder.
He's getting, I feel, for anything ever again from them. He has been moved.
Today, everyone receives an email telling us 1 day before payday that the payout has been moved to next month. Luckily, I can afford to take a hit. Interesting. Why do so many people use BBTV? I guess they had channels before a certain point. They just kept using them, even though they don't really need to.
To next month means nobody's getting money for anything ever again from them. You know, they're kicking it down the street.
Maybe.
Here's their justification for it, which makes zero sense. It says, this is the email he shared. I'm pretty sure their emails go to my spam folder, so I'm just reading the one he got. Hi, Kavos. As you may have seen over the past week, a number of banking institutions and affiliated payment solutions have been affected by recent market events. Okay. While BBTV has no affiliation with any of the affected banks, we understand that many creators are concerned about this situation and may seek to update their payment details. Based on these events, if you wish to change the bank account we sent payments to, please advise us at your earliest convenience. I don't think that many of their creators are banking at a specialty bank for startups only called Silicon Valley Bank. Now, I could be wrong, but I don't think so. In an effort to avoid potential processing delays associated with these impacts across a range of partner payment vendors, BBTV is updating your payment schedule. So they say, in order to avoid delays, we're going to delay the payments. Under this new payment schedule, in line with our payment terms, you'll be paid 1 week following the end of the month. For example, your January 2023 earnings will now be paid April 7th instead of March 15th. So a full 3 weeks it's been kicked down the road. While we recognize this change may cause initial inconvenience for some creators, it's part of our commitment to ensure ongoing timeliness of partner payments. Guys, we gotta make sure that we're sending you payments on time, and therefore we're gonna pay you late, 3 weeks late. Actually, what's interesting is I'm looking at my bank account, and it seems that they did pay me on March 16th. And so it seems like they're only screwing over some creators, but the fear is like, so why are you paying some people and then not paying other people? My fear is that they don't have the money and that these guys are on the verge of declaring bankruptcy.
Maybe. I don't know.
I've been reading over the...
Or was the other thing in reference to people from Canada? Like, I mean, isn't Cabo, or no, he's in England, in the UK. Maybe there's something going on over there. I don't really know.
Contract. And, you know,
I guess
my
we'll wait and see.
remedies are not that much. I could unlink immediately without giving a 30-day notice if I was afraid that they were going to go bankrupt. Or no, if they declared bankruptcy. I do have fears that they're going to declare bankruptcy. But you know what? The punishment for terminating it is that I have to pay them back the $10,000 signing bonus they gave me like 5 years ago.
Oh, that's it? Oh, why not just do that? Isn't that like... What is he saying, that he would have to do that instead of making like a new fucking AdSense? He could have just paid them a $10,000 signing bonus. Why not just do that instead? I mean, I guess so that he doesn't have to give them any more money. I get that if you have the money, but okay.
So I said, you know what? I will happily owe them $10,000 to get out of this because every cent I'm earning now.
Oh, he would have to do it again. Okay, he would still have to do it. Never mind. So he has to do that on top of. Well, okay, damn.
Being funneled to them for the next 2 months. You have to be, and I'd have to be like the biggest idiot sucker ever to sit here and allow them after all this to keep collecting my money while I wait patiently for 30 days to come up. No, I said, okay, fine, I'll take the penalty. Now I went to all my channels to unlink. There's a button here. It says unlink. Great. But when I do it, it says, wait, removal pending. So let me get this straight. The guys who are, in my opinion, stealing my money now have the option. Now it's up to them if they want to remove me.
Maybe. I mean, it could. Oh, it's a cancel request. Okay, it's not removal pending. It's a request to cancel ship. Okay, I thought it was just sitting there pending because they might just take time for it to go through YouTube's system. But it seems like if it's just a cancel request, or is they referring to cancel the removing pending request? I don't know. It could just mean that it's taking time in the system. It could mean that he had a cancel request and now they have to verify it. It could mean that he canceled it and now he can request canceling the cancellation on the removal. You understand what I'm saying? Who knows? Who cares?
Stealing my money. Now
I'm too triggered from before.
Now it's up to them if they want to remove me. I don't understand that. So all my channels now are pending removal at their grace, at their good graces, of course. I have no reason not to trust them with my money for the next 30 days. You know, it's not like I have a commercial mortgage, 12 employees. It's cool. I don't need to make any money now for like 4 months, which is basically what's potentially going to happen here. So the reason I'm making this is, one,
I thought it was like 2 weeks.
I want to bring awareness to this situation going on with BBTV, and I want other people to look and see if this has been happening to them. I want them to look and
Yeah, if they're closed on the weekends, is that what it is? Maybe it's just because they're closed on the weekends, Ethan. You don't even know.
see if they got this email like Kavos did. I also want to know if you guys got paid. Apparently, y'all supposed to get paid yesterday. So did that money even come through? I don't know. I'd like to know. And the final reason is this insane notion that it's up to them to remove me.
I don't know if that part's
from this horrific parasitic arrangement. So I don't know. And in some way, I hope YouTube sees this, someone from YouTube, so that they can, one, look into BBTV and their financial situation. Are they about to go bankrupt? Because if they are, YouTube needs to intervene and not send them payments, right? Because a lot of creators, everybody on the network, YouTube sends their money to BBTV for 2 months before they get it. If they're going bankrupt, YouTube has got to stop those payments because they're just burning that. They're just sending their money into the void. But this, I have a bad feeling this is a really horrible situation that's about to happen. I don't know if you guys remember, there was a network in 2019 that went belly up. It was a network called Defy. 50 YouTubers, big YouTubers, said that they were owed more than 1.7 million following the collapse of Defy Network, and they're likely to never see that money. Well, I'm in the same situation, you know, and I'm afraid with BB.
With my company, the contract requires that you wait 30 days from request of cancellation to actually stop paying for the service. So are you saying that they're going to, are they withholding until like a particular month is over to remove the request? I guess that kind of makes sense because like my money in January, I don't get paid till February, so. Is that what they're doing? So like, well, technically you canceled here, but we were still active with you in the month of whatever. So we're not going to cancel until next month, until we get the payment received. Okay, maybe.
BTV is going to be a lot more than $1.7 million. So this is what's happening. It's been stressful. I've been talking to attorneys. I've been trying to get someone at YouTube to take a serious look at this, which I haven't really been successful at yet. So maybe you guys can help, but I have a bad feeling that this is going to get a lot worse. Well, here's to hoping my business can survive 4 months without any revenue. So thank you to Broadband TV. And of course, their incredible CEO, Shahrzad Rafati, who just in 2021 had this fantastic interview. She says she's sharing why ethical business decisions are good business decisions. Well, okay. I guess a lot's changed since 2021. Shahrzad?
Okay. Listen, I'm going to go over again. I don't know if the people that I conversed with are in the chat. It seems like an unfortunate situation. To be honest with you, I don't even think Ethan's going to win. And to be honest with you, I honestly don't care. I know I said I was hoping that he win, but I'm like, you know what? I don't care either way, whether he wins or loses. I know that's like a little mean. I hope it doesn't put him out of business. That's what I do hope. You know, we love Ethan's content. We're going to react to Terry Joe at some point. But signed a contract in 2017 that says he gets all the ad revenue on his videos, and then he gets like a split of sponsors and whatever else. 2018 rolls around, memberships are included. He doesn't do what I would consider his due diligence to see if he would be able to get some of that split. And he ends up paying apparently $600,000+ over the course of 5 years. And now he wants all that back. Frankly, based on the interpretation of the contract, he's probably not going to get the money back. And at this point, I hope he loses because of all you fucking assholes in the chat. Okay? That's how petty I am. No, I don't care either way. But there you go. Bada bing, bada bumbus.